Good afternoon, and welcome to our Wednesday edition of Newsbreak. I'm Richard Bonet. 31-year-old Gabriel DeWitt Wilson has been arrested for the shooting yesterday at a West Hempstead Stop and Shop. The suspect was an employee at the grocery store who showed up to work and immediately opened fire, killing the store manager and wounding two. Wilson fled the scene but was arrested after a 4-hour manhunt by police. He faces a murder charge for killing Ray Wishrop and the attempted murders of the other two people shot. If convicted, Wilson would face 25 years to life in prison. Wilson has a criminal record and a history with mental health issues, suffering a gunshot wound to the head in 2014. That happened in a gun battle where he was charged with second-degree attempted murder. While the motive to this attack is unclear, Wilson had allegedly spoken to store managers 40 minutes before he returned to the store and opened fire. Police have not specified if the victims were targeted or not. The U.S. has seen more than 150 mass shootings this year, and that number is expected to rise as gun sales surge. As the nation continues to react to Derek Chauvin's guilty verdict in the murder of George Floyd, it seems that the controversial use of deadly force by law enforcement will continue to draw public scrutiny. Yesterday, a teen girl was fatally shot by police officers after an officer responded to a call about someone brandishing a knife. Police body cam footage captured a fight between two teenage girls, with one of the teens attempting to stab the other. A knife was found near the body of the deceased. The woman fatally shot has been identified as 16-year-old Makia Bryant. Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther, while describing the situation as an action to protect another young girl in our community, also went on to say that the officer's use of deadly force was a horrible, heartbreaking situation. Despite the mayor excusing the officer's decision as an act of protection, Ben Crump, the attorney for George Floyd's family, was more critical, tweeting out, "As we breathed a collective sigh of relief today, a community in Columbus felt the sting of another police shooting." Today, President Biden announced a new tax credit to reimburse small businesses that give paid time off to workers to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The tax credit will be funded by the COVID relief bill passed last month and will be available to businesses with fewer than 500 employees. This comes as the U.S. reaches the milestone of 200 million vaccine doses being distributed in the Biden administration's first 100 days. A fatal crash on Route 25A in Mount Sinai took one life and sent several others to Stony Brook Hospital yesterday. The driver of a 2017 McLaren 570 was heading east when he lost control and crossed into the westbound lanes, crashing into the Jeep head-on. The driver of the McLaren, 33-year-old Charles DeSaro of Rocky Point, was killed. His front seat passenger was flown to Stony Brook Hospital by helicopter with serious injuries, while the driver of the 2019 Jeep Wrangler, also seriously injured, was transported to the same hospital by ambulance. Both vehicles are impounded to undergo safety checks. In other local news, it was a scary night for some fishermen. 6 boaters were rescued from Smithtown Bay last night after their boat encountered high winds and rough surf. Just off the coast of Cranes Neck, the Smithtown Department of Public Safety Bay constables responded to calls of a boat in distress at 9:30 p.m. 5 men and 1 woman on board the 18-foot vessel were safely taken onto the constable's patrol boat and escorted back to the harbor. Officials say that all passengers were evaluated and treated by emergency personnel. Smithtown Supervisor Ed Werheim says the incident could have been a terrible tragedy if not for the Bay Constables and Suffolk's Marine Bureau arriving just in time. The South African National Parks Department reported that a suspected poacher was killed on Sunday in the Kruger National Park. Field rangers spotted the would-be poachers on a routine patrol when the man and his 2 accomplices took notice and fled. One of the suspects had been arrested and informed the rangers that they had run into a herd of elephants in their escape. He was not sure if his partners managed to escape. The rangers later found the poacher badly trampled, and he later died from his injuries. The managing executive of the park congratulated the team of rangers, aviators, and the canine unit in their successful arrest, though the 3rd suspect is still at large. That's all the time we have for today. For Newsbreak, I'm Richard Bonet.